Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7. Now today, got some more PvE content for you guys. This time, we're going to be tackling the side story A Midsummer Paradise, and we're going to be hopping into the stage level 3 of the Suspicious Hot Springs. Now, if you guys are looking for a way to clear this side story without the use of Ocean Breeze Luluca, I have a video that will be linked in the description and the pinned comments down below where I clear stage level 4 without using her at all. Now, this video here, before we begin, I'm going to preface this by saying that this video is not a guide. This is only me showing you guys how I am currently farming the stage, so that hopefully it can generate some ideas or team comps for you to use as well. Now, you can see here, Ocean Breeze Luluca is in my key slot, so that she will be used in both of my teams, and I currently have no imprints on her at all, as you can see on the left side of the screen. So going into this fight here, I'll show all of my units and stats at the end of the video. Going into this first match, first round, first half, whatever you want to call it, we're going to be using Zahak, Iseria, Ocean Breeze Luluca, and Alencia. You're going to see that Alencia has her skills turned off. I have her skills turned off to maximize the chance that she will inflict a defense break. And she should be going after the boss after Luluca takes the turn, just like this. This team is not speed tuned at all. You're going to see later, and I'll explain later in the units and builds, that it's just all my PvP units, minus Iseria, who's always on her same PvE build. Iseria, though, is going to be on Song of the Stars, which is inflicting the target debuff that you see, and she is going to be our primary defense breaker. Now, my Alencia has no effectiveness, but she is still a decent source of defense break, as you can see on your screen right there, because she gives herself Mind's Eye. Now, the boss only has 80 effect resistance, and Mind's Eye gives Alencia 50 effectiveness, which means that there's only a 30% chance the boss can resist Alencia's defense break, which is not too bad, all things considered. As you can see there, she got resisted, but it's still fine. Alencia's goal is to primarily act as a sub-DPS, just kind of contributing some chip damage here and there. But as you guys can see from this run, there is still a 10% chance for the boss to counterattack whenever you attack him, so there is a chance of this run failing. If you had one imprint on Luluca, you can actually mitigate all of this RNG, and if you had two imprints, you can actually mitigate that for level 4 runs. But yeah, in this case right now, it's still a pretty reliable setup. Just have your Zahak have a little bit of bulk to him, and it should be fine. So, we cleared stage 1, and now on to the second half of the fight. We see here, I am running the great Mortelix himself, Summer Break Luluca, or I guess... That's not Summer Break Luluca, right? Ocean Breeze Luluca, sorry about that. And I'm also running Lone Crescent Bellona and Remnant Violet. Now, you're probably looking at this going, whoa, whoa, whoa. The ML5s, I can't do that, I don't have those, but that's perfectly fine. I just chose these two units because they're self-buffing. Lone Crescent Bellona actually stacks up her attack with every time she attacks, and she grants herself a vigor buff. Rylet actually provides himself an attack buff too, which just makes them a bit more self-sufficient. You can use any two neutral DPSs here. In fact, you can use DPSs that also inflict defense breaks and such. That is perfectly fine. The Great Mortelix is here because when he gets his rage buff, as you can see, he's constantly inflicting defense break, but that's because his S1 ignores effect resistance whenever he has rage up, and you can just inflict defense breaks with a 50% chance, which is not bad. And you can see here, Rylet makes quick work of her, especially when she's defense broken. But yeah, these are my runs here with this side story event. Of course, I would love to hear what you guys are using to run these event stages. Please share your team comps in the comment section down below. Who knows, maybe you can help a ton of other people out as well, and maybe even inspire me to optimize my runs too. But with that said, guys, now it's time to go ahead and showcase the units and their gear. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the units and their stats. You guys have already seen the Ocean Breeze Luluca, but I'll flash her on screen once more for you guys to see. I know that you guys like to see the substats I have on my gear as well. It's some feedback that I've gotten from previous videos, so I'll quickly flash them on screen. You can pause the video if you want to take a closer look. We have a plus 15 copy of Luluca's artifact, Soul Constellation, for the extra drops, and it's quite nice. But moving on, we have our Alencia here. She is on her PvP gear, so she's on an injury set. Doesn't really help us out at all in this fight. Of course, you can inflict injury on bosses, but, you know, I try to clear content without having to re-gear my units. So having, you know, just whatever works for you, slap them in there, right? If you don't have to re-gear anything, that's probably ideal, but if you do, then that's okay as well, right? This event is definitely worth farming, so definitely invest into being able to get a decently consistent team going. This is my Zahhak that I use for PvP, and he is on speed and penetration. He's on Symbol of Unity as well, so he gets that extra bit of damage boost. His EE is the one that increases the attack of the target and the caster when using his S2. Moving on, we have our Iseria. She is a PvE only unit that I use. Use her in Nightmare Raid and things like that, but about 250 speed, you don't have to have her this fast at all. I didn't speed tune my team, as you could probably tell. Otherwise, Iseria would be faster than the Zahhak. But you don't have to have an Iseria this fast. You just need to have enough effectiveness to be able to debuff the boss, which is, if the boss has 80 effectiveness or effect resist, then you just need 65. But that's it for the first team. Iseria is on Song of the Stars. For the second team over here, we're still using our Luluca. So Luluca is just here for the bonuses. She doesn't really contribute all too much to the team besides maybe cleansing every once in a while. We got a Rylet as our primary damage dealer. He actually deals the most amount of damage out of all the units. I guess Bologna might be tied with him, who knows. But his gear, again, PvP gear, lifesteal, penetration, and he's on Shepherd of the Hollow as his artifact, as it helps increase his evasion and his damage dealt. Next up we have Emma Bologna. So Lone Crescent Bologna is pretty good because she gives herself Vigor buff. She's on Penetration set along with a counter set. She's just, again, on her regular PvP build. I haven't changed anything for this. I just gave her a plus 30 version of the Sigurd Scythe artifact. Typically she has a plus 15 one, but after doing the run several times, I don't think I need a plus 31 there, so I'm probably going to swap it back. Last but not least, we have Mort as our defense breaker. He is pretty good source of damage as well. His Elbrus can help come in clutch for replenishing that defense break and keeping that damage flowing. So yeah, he's on speed pen set, plus 15 Elbrus, and he's on his EE that extends the duration of the critical hit resist buff. Again, nothing has changed from his PvP builds. But again, hopefully this video has kind of helped you guys provide some insight into some of the things that you could be doing in terms of strategies or units that you can use on your teams. What I would like to ask you guys to do is in the comments section down below, share what teams you guys are using to clear this stage. Of course, you might want to include information about how many imprints your Luluca has, just in case, you know, people have differing amounts. But yeah, share your units and your builds. I would love to see what you guys are running, and maybe it can help optimize my runs too. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more Epic 7 content. And until next time, take care.